Hey everybody, I'm Chef Allie here on behalf of 21st Century Bean Company out in Sharon Springs, Kansas. And I am here today because I want to show you how easy it is to make dry beans in your Instant Pot. And I know you're probably already thinking, oh my gosh, I don't have time for that. I don't want to soak them. It takes forever to cook beans. Well, guess what? If you have an Instant Pot, actually any electric pressure cooker, you can make beans in minutes. So let me show you. Right over here in my electric pressure cooker, I went ahead and put in 6 cups of chicken broth. You do not have to use broth to make your beans. You can use water, but we need at least 6 cups of liquid to cook 1 pound of beans. Now in 1 pound of beans, you're gonna have about 2 cups of dry beans in here. Your beans are always gonna triple when you cook them, so you're actually gonna get about 6 cups of beans after you cook these. Now, here's a tip for you. Before you ever add your beans to your liquid, put that in your pot, turn on your saute setting, get that liquid boiling. So my liquid in here, the broth is boiling. I'm gonna go ahead and add my beans. Now typically what you're probably gonna really wanna do is you're gonna go through these beans, pick out any of them that look kind of funky. But when you add your dry beans to your liquid, we're just gonna go ahead and add the whole pound. And what we're actually looking for is we wanna make for sure that our beans are covered by about 1 inch of liquid. That liquid is already boiling, and then we're gonna add our lid. And if you look at my lid, how worn out it is, you can tell that I've made lots of beans in my electric pressure cooker. Now, when we're cooking a pound of beans, depending on what type they are, it's gonna take 25 to 40 minutes. Pull out your chart from your electric pressure cooker that came with your pot, and it's gonna tell you in there which type of bean takes 25, 30, 45 minutes, but that's gonna be the max. And again, remember, you don't have to soak them. You can cook them from dry. So these were pinto beans. Actually, these were the 21st Century Cranberry beans, which are my favorite beans from them. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna choose high pressure, and then we wanna give it 30 minutes. So we'll go clear up to 30. And then what we're gonna do is push start, and there we go. Our pot's gonna come up to pressure. Once it's pressurized, the time will start counting down, and then you're gonna have cooked beans. Now, so the #1 secret for cooking dry beans in your Instant Pot was, remember, have your liquid already boiling, because the hotter the contents are, the quicker your pot is gonna pressurize, the quicker you're gonna get dinner on the table. Now, tip #2 when cooking beans in your Instant Pot is, remember, when the timer sounds, you don't want to perform a quick release where you remove all the pressure all at one time. We're going to do what's called a natural release. Beans are a vegetable protein, so we always want to make for sure that once they've been cooking under pressure, they can naturally release and settle down. We're just gonna walk away from the pot and let all of that pressure come out of there naturally. Now, what I did ahead of time is I cooked my beans in this pot ahead of time. We're gonna take the lid off. These have been sitting here just under a natural release for about 20 minutes. That's what the goal is. That's gonna let them rest, relax, get fully tender, so that when you bite into them, they're still tender, but they're also al dente, which means they have just a little bit of chew. Now, if you want your beans to be more tender than that, you can always give them 5 or 10 minutes more cooking time, and that's gonna make them even more tender. But let's give these a stir. Oh yeah, they look beautiful. These are red beans that I've cooked in here. I'm gonna strain them, and here's my colander, and we're just gonna actually pour these in here so that you can kind of see what they look like. can see our pot over here is already trying to pressurize. The steam is coming out. So you can tell, look, it's already fully pressurized. It didn't take any time at all for that to come up to pressure. And now it's just gonna take 25, 30 minutes and you're gonna have fresh cooked beans for dinner. So here are our red beans, all nice and strained. I'll take these over to the faucet and probably rinse them really good with some nice cold water so that will stop, whoops, the cooking process. But we'll pour these in there, but look how beautiful they are. I'm gonna give one a taste, but see how gorgeous these red beans are? I can tell they're still a little bit firm. Oh, no they're not, they're perfect. Because they had that nice natural pressure release where they just got to rest and relax in there, okay? Now, we talked about a pound of beans, how that's about 2 cups in there, and they triple when they cook. So 1 pound is gonna give you about 6 cups. 25 to 40 minutes is about how long they're gonna take in there. Go ahead and cook the whole pound when you're cooking beans, because guess what? These beans that are cooked are gonna keep in your refrigerator 4 or 5 days, or if you wanna package them up into 1 or 2 cup servings, you can throw them in the freezer, thaw them, pull them out, and add them to all kinds of things. It's really good if we can get at least 1/2 cup of cooked beans into our diet every day to give us protein, fiber. And you know, I think sometimes we feel like beans are boring, and actually they're not. They add a ton of variety to our meals. You can dress them up, dress them down. They really help with our food budget. They stretch meals, and you can add them to so many things. You can add them to chili, to soups, to pastas. You can make Mexican food. You can make all kinds of really cool Mexican dips. So it's really cool to add these to our diet and get some variety into our meals. If you go to 21stcenturybean.com, you'll be able to see all the huge variety of beans that are available from them. And it's really cool just to visit their website to see what recipes they have. Again, that website is 21stcenturybean.com. And also, if you guys have questions about Instant Pot cooking, electric pressure cookers, go to chefally.com, and I have tons of articles there that will help you with the process of cooking in your electric pressure cooker. Now, one last thing that I want to show you is how to make a really delicious pinto bean, actually cranberry bean salad. I have 2 cups of cooked cranberry beans in my bowl. To that, we're really quickly going to add some chopped tomatoes, some chopped celery, some scallions for a little more added color, chopped purple onions, get those in there, and then our crunchy walnuts. This is just a real basic dressing of red wine vinegar and olive oil. I added a little bit of black pepper to that. We're going to pour about half of the dressing over the top of our ingredients. We'll give this a quick stir. This is a beautiful salad, and I love it because not only is it beautiful, it's also got so much great texture. You have the tender beans, the crunchy celery, the crunchy red onions, the walnuts in there for texture, and then of course those tomatoes add that really bright pop of red color. Lastly, we're going to add some creamy feta cheese. We'll dump that in there, give that a stir. I like to keep a little bit of extra dressing on the side because as this sits in your fridge, those beans are going to absorb a lot of that dressing, and then you can add a little bit more as you go along. This recipe is also at 21stcenturybeancompany.com. Go there, get the recipe, learn more about Instant Pot cooking, and check out all their great beans. Let's get you cooking. Thanks. Bye.